Hey makers, this is Dhruveen and I welcome you all to my another YouTube Premium step-by-step series on Power BI. Yes, this time I come up with another completely 16-part step-by-step tutorial series on Power BI beginner to advanced level of program. This is a complete guided training program which you can leverage it out if you wanted to be expert within the Power BI space. By end of this training program, at least you have that level of confidence that you can build your own Power BI report by yourself. So without further delay, let's get started and talk about this overall course in detail. One important thing, this is the part of my YouTube Premium membership. So first episode of this video is absolutely free to watch, but for next episode onwards from second episode, it will be underneath premium plan. So make sure you activate yourself for YouTube Premium membership now. How to activate it, I have explained you in the detailed video in the same part. So without further delay, let's get started. First of all, let me talk about today's session agenda that I'm going to uncover throughout this episode. So this is the first episode, and as I said, this is 100% free to watch. So at least you can get an idea that what we are going to cover up and what is the key getaway you can grab it from this overall training program. So let's get started. So first of all, in today's class, I'm going to talk about the overall course outline, and we will talk about a little bit basics of the Power Platform, because when we are talking about Power BI, it is one of the fundamental part of the overall Power Platform suite. So what exactly it is being useful for and what are the use cases which you can solve with the help of Power BI, those are the things I'm going to talk about in detail. So we will start our journey by introduction of the Power BI in detail, and we'll talk about that why to choose Power BI and what are the top 17 reasons you should learn Power BI in 2026. Also, we will talk about what are the different real life use cases for the Power BI, like what kind of reports you can build, what kind of analytics you can prepare with the help of Power BI, in which verticals the Power BI is being used widely. We will talk about all those aspects in detail throughout this session. Then we will talk about the different Power BI tools which are required as a part of prerequisites to start the overall course. We will talk about what kind of installation you require, what kind of system configuration you need. All of those things we'll talk in detail. And at last, we will talk about the Power BI desktop installation over here. Okay, so this is the overall agenda for today's session. But let's talk about the overall course outline first. That okay, how I have structured down this completely course and how it is spanned across beginner to intermediate to advanced level at overall. Overall, the content length is 30 plus hours of content we are going to cover up over here. And this entire training program is 100% use case based, practical based and hands-on based. So you are going to perform practical along with me throughout the next episodes, and all the hands-on file, material file, data file, practice file I'm going to provide you for the download. So it's like a complete package for you to learn the Power BI from start to end. Alright, so without further delay, let's get started. First of all, let me talk about the overall course outline that I'm going to covering throughout this training session. But before that, a little bit introduction about me. Most of you already know me, but this is just for those who are coming here on my channel for the very first time. Myself, Dhruveen, and I'm Microsoft MVP and Microsoft Certified Trainer. I'm AI and Power Platform Practice Lead and working in this industry since last 11 plus years. But currently my main key focus is around AI and Power Platform only. I'm founder of two companies, PowerPlatformTrainings.com and Lotus Mindtech. PowerPlatformTrainings.com is a company underneath which we are having the different training programs, which are the live training program. It's not like a YouTube program, but they are the live training program. So I'm conducting the every month live training session where you can learn the different Power Platform concept like Canvas app, model-driven apps, Copilot Studio. We are launching every year new programs. So if you are keen to know, maybe you can just visit our website www.powerplatformtrainings.com. You can find more information over that. My main subject matter expertise is specifically in entire Power Platform along with Copilot Studio and Power Pages of side and SharePoint side. That's what I'm mainly into. Most of you know from my YouTube because I'm publishing lots of content on my YouTube journey. I started around 10 years back in 15. And so far we published almost 1100 plus videos on our YouTube content. And this course is again a YouTube premium, but again, like lots of free content is already there on my YouTube. You can always explore that out and learn from there as well. It's always free, and I personally believe free education for all, and that's the reason why always on the latest content I'm publishing lots of YouTube content over there. So that's a little bit about me, and it's not finished it over here, but let me tell you one more important and interesting thing. I'm available on Instagram as well, because I personally love Instagram a lot for the short content, and most of the time we are scrolling up most of the Instagram reels. So maybe just follow me on my Instagram account. The Insta ID here is Power Platform Guy. You can just scan this QR code over here, or maybe the links are also available in the description box. So do check it out over there, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. This is only one time I'm just telling you, because from there as well you can learn many things. Generally what happened is why I created that Instagram account as well. That is a story behind that, because most of the time when I'm free, I'm lots of scrolling or down on the social media, and while scrolling down, why not to learn something 1 minute or 2 minute content, and just increase it our knowledge. I'm posting lots of AI and Power Platform related content over there, so you can always check it out over there. All right, now a couple of instructions before we get started. For better experience of this video, you can just play this video at 1.5x speed. It's a good speed. Otherwise, if you just wanted to go with the slow pace, you can play at 1x as well, or maybe if you are comfortable with 2x, you can go with that as well. For live training courses, you can always visit our website, and you all the social media links where I'm available on every social media handles like Twitter, Instagram, as well as I'm available on WhatsApp channel as well. So all the links are available in the description box as itself. Just check it out over there and connect me over there. LinkedIn and LinkedIn pages links are also there in the description box. So without further delay, let's get started now. So first of all, let me just talk about what we are going to learn throughout this entire 16 episode series. One episode will be more than 2 hours sometimes as well. Okay, so be patient as well. And again, like in every large classes or a big class, in between that we are taking the breaks as well, and we are going to take some quiz practice as well, so you can test out your knowledge as well, so you know that okay, how you feel about the overall content that you watch so far. Okay, those who already been part of my YouTube Premium membership, I think you know my teaching method, and you know how I'm conducting the classes in detail. So I mean, it is in the same way, but in a more better way, because we always work on other feedback, and according to that we always improvise our classes. All right, so without further talking much on the professional side, let's get started with this particular course outline. So first of all, let me talk about the 16 course outline that I'm having over here for yourself. So in the class number 1, this is the current class where we are going to talk about our Power BI foundation and setup. So we will talk about the basics of Power Platform, along with that how to get started with that. My introduction I already given to you, along with what are the prerequisites and installation required. We'll talk about that in detail. Okay, so it is all about the class number 1. In class number 2, we will be talking about how you can get started with the Power BI desktop. Whenever we are learning any particular tool or any new technology, it's always good to see that how the overall product looks like, right? So when we are talking about Power Apps, or when we are talking about even Microsoft Office, right, it's always get to know that okay, how many things we are how many things or how many features we are getting on a day-to-day basis. So we'll try to understand all the basic technical terminology in terms of Power BI. Again, that will help you in the interview process as well. Along with that, when you are understanding the tool, you should know certain set of terminology which we can leverage into later class as well. So we'll talk about that in detail. We'll talk about all the popular option side. We'll talk about how you can simply load up your data, what is Power Query, what is the purpose of that. All those base terminology, we will get started with that into Power BI desktop part. All right. Class number 3 is where we are going to deep dive more into Power BI ecosystem, where we will talk about that, okay, what is Power BI desktop, what is Power BI service, what is the difference in between those, what are the licensing required for those things, what is the Power Query, what is the M language, what are the things which you need to know when you are building the Power BI report, what are the aspects you need to consider in your mind. All those things we will talk about into class number 3. Class number 4 and 5 is where we are starting our data visualization journey. So for part, we will talk about data visualization in detail. In Power BI, there are so many out of the box visualization available, and I have seen this gap most of the time with the developers that okay, more visualization, so you get more confused that when to use what kind of chart or what kind of visualization, right? So how to pick up the correct visualization and what is the meaning of each visualization in the world of Power BI or data analytics world, we'll talk about that in detail. So class number 4 and 5, we will be going into data visualization journey. So it spanned across 2 different sessions. Fourth and fifth will totally talk about that in detail over at the time. Okay, then slowly we will going to the intermediate level. Always the level of the course is from top to bottom, which means that we start from the basics. Slowly we are going at the higher node. Okay, now class number 6 and 7 is all about, I would say, is very important when you are building the Power BI report, and some of the advanced feature or maybe must require feature that every Power BI developer should know. Okay, so what are the filters, what are the tilt tips, what are the drill through features, all those concepts we will talk about that in detail. Now what exactly those are, when we go into that session we will get more detail around that. Okay, also we will talk about like a bookmarks panel, selection pane, how you can manage the interaction, how you can enhance your storytelling. All those concepts we will talk about into class number 6 and 7 overall over here. All right, class number 8 is all about ETL. What is ETL? Again, very popular interview question. Along with that, whenever you start any project or whenever you are building any real life application, how the overall journey of your data is start to and work. It always start with the ETL process when you are extracting your data, transform your data, and then load your data. So what are the things which is required for better ETL? What are the different modes of importing the data, whether it's an import mode, direct query mode, how you can clean or transform your data, what are the different actions available, what are the different functions available, how you can leverage the M language for the better ETL. All those concepts we are going to uncover into class number 8 onwards. Okay, now here we are starting and moving more towards intermediate to advanced level, where we are going to leverage first of all Power Query concept into detail. So what exactly the Power Query is all about, what are the different transformation steps you can perform, what are the best practices to perform different ETL with Power Query. All those aspects we will cover up into class number 9. 10 and important. 11, one of the most important topic within the Power BI space, which is DAX expression. This is the place where most of the Power BI developers faces the challenge. But today, this time, in this particular course, I'm going to leverage AI as well as I'm going to leverage the basics fundamental of DAX to build this whole course content. So definitely in this 2 session of fundamentals of DAX, we are going to leverage all the popular Power BI DAX formulas which can be leveraged in a day-to-day routine. Almost like 4 to 5 hours of big session we are having during class number 10 and 11. So both of these class combinedly around 5 hours. So again, very important session. And again, I'm going to provide you some hands-on file as well, where you can simply practice it out that okay, what are these all about, and how you can practice this in a better fashion. So we will talk about DAX fundamentals in detail in class number 10 and 11. Then class number 12 is all about UI UX security and gateway. Now we are completely marching towards the advanced topics over here, because once you know the fundamental like DAX, you know Power Query, visualization, how to use the advanced feature. So now it's time to build the proper UI and UX for your Power BI report. Now here as well, there are many aspects come up into picture, that how the styling works, like at organizational level. This, as I said, like this is completely professional level training program. So we try to cover up mainly the professional use cases and case studies over here. Okay, so most of the time what happen here is like when you are working within any organization, most of the time they are having their own brand template, they are following their own custom standards of related font or related colors or branding element. So how you can leverage those things via theming and all, we'll talk about that in detail. So first of all, we will talk about the styling and reporting based practices, how you can simply publish it out those reports into your Power BI service part. Also we will talk about like how you can work with the security and gateway part as well. Because when you are working with the security space specifically, there are many questions come up into picture, that how the overall security works at the workspace level. Along with that, in Power BI space, we are working most of the time with on-premise data sources as well. So we need to also consider that aspect in detail, that how the on-premise data sources are working in a day-to-day routine. The reason is that when you are working with on-premise SQL Server or on-premise file system, you basically requires the gateway in between. Now, when you are requiring the gateway, you need to know that what are the steps to installation of the gateway. Along with that, you also need to manage the security of the gateway part. Like once you are installing the gateway, that after that, what are the roles you are introducing, that to whom, with the developer, or maybe with the report creator, or maybe with the another developers within the organization you wanted to share the gateway, or what would be your strategy while you are working with the multiple report with regards to your gateway server. All those aspects we were going to uncover into class number 12 and 13. So 12 and 13 is all about like a security structure, Power BI theming part, on-premise data gateway part, overall workspace level security, overall report level security. Even we are going to talk about like a record level security as well with the help of RLS. So entire thing around the security aspect we will talk about in class number 12 and 13. Again, with regards to interview perspective as well, very, very important classes, and many questions are coming from this particular two topics as well. Now, once we finish up this particular part, 14, 15 and 16, these classes are all about like your overall implementation of the Power Platform integration. So in class number 14, we will talking about specifically the Power BI integration with the Power Apps. Now, the thing is that good part about overall Power Platform packages, usually you are integrating one component with the another component, and that's the beauty of the Power Platform. So when you are working within the Power BI space and you wanted to utilize the Power Apps inside the Power BI itself, and what kind of use cases you can solve it over here, we'll talk about that in detail. Class number 15 is all about like integration with Power Automate within the Power BI space. So we will be having Power BI report. Now inside the Power BI report, we wanted to connect our Power Automate. That is going to open up lots of opportunity, because Power BI is mainly useful for the read-only data source. But what kind of use cases you can solve specifically with the Power Automate integration within the Power BI space? That's something we are going to uncover into this integration class. And class number 16 is all about Power BI integration within the SharePoint. Now, what happens is once you build up your report, basically sometimes specifically if you are from Microsoft 365 side of people, basically you require that okay, your Power BI report to be integrated within your SharePoint site. So what is the web part which is available, what are the licensing need for that, all those aspects we will talk about into class number 16 over here. Okay, so this is like an overall course outline that we are going to cover up in this 16 classes as an overall, which covers everything from start to end, Power BI desktop to building the report, to installing the gateway, to publishing the report, to apply the security, to apply the integration with the other Power Platform component, everything from start to end. And overall here we are going to, each classes will be like a more and more use case based. Hardly in the first two classes only you can able to see the slides on my machine. After that we will follow completely the use case based and specifically like a complete practicals end to end alongside. Alright, so that's it about overall course outline that we are going to cover up into this particular training program. Okay, now let me talk about how you can be a part of this particular training program. So as I said at the very beginning itself, that this is a part of my YouTube Premium membership, and why it is a part of YouTube Premium, I have explained this already in one of my previous session itself, but I'm just repeating that part again, that YouTube Premium is again a win-win situation for both the content creator and content consumer like you. Now the thing is that when we are creating this particular premium content, it usually takes lots of our effort to build such quality content, because this is like a complete series of 30 hours or 30 plus hours, right? And just imagine the quality of the content we are going to deliver throughout this particular training program. It's like to prepare it out, or whenever you are watching 1 hour video on front of your screen, usually behind the scene it takes almost 8 to 10 hours of backend activity effort as a content creator for us. So ideally, when we do any consulting project and all, we usually get enough amount of money. But generally for this particular courses, while we are creating it, right, there is always some motivation factor should be there. So that's the reason why we have this as a part of the premium membership. And again, we are not collecting lots of fee from this premium membership. It's less than a cost of your medium size of pizza probably you will have in your weekend. So again, it's a very less costing. It's less than a $10, or country to country its pricing is different. But that's the main key reason why we are having this particular premium course. We are not collecting lots of money. This money is directly going into YouTube account. We are not connecting any individual money over here. All right, now let me just talk about what you will get with the premium perks over here. With the premium perks, you are not just getting this one course over here, but you are getting multiple things over here. So when you look at our YouTube channel, probably right now you are on our YouTube homepage, okay, or maybe on this video itself, you will be probably able to see the join button when you are playing any video. Okay, at the time you can see this join button over here. So from using this join button, probably you can just activate your premium membership for yourself. And over here, if you just wanted to look out, you are not getting just this one Power BI premium course, but along the side you are getting many premium perks over here. Already I have launched 2 courses over here. One is Canvas application, responsive application course, responsive Canvas app. If you want to learn, it's already 10 episode series which is already live over there. Power Platform deployment pipeline step-by-step series, tutorial series is also out. So these 2 premium series already there, and more than 100 plus members being watched this particular premium programs. So make sure you just enroll yourself into this premium program, and the steps are very easy. Click on simply the join button over here. It just asks for you the sign in, and whatever amount is mentioned over there, you just need to pay it over there. Country to country, its currency conversion rate is different. So this money is directly going to the Google's YouTube account. We are not conducting any amount from any individual one. All right, so that's pretty much it about my YouTube premium membership, and hopefully all of you will join and continue this course, and finish up this overall Power BI training along with me. All right, but let's say if you don't want to continue this premium membership over here, maybe you can just skip this whole series and maybe just watch lots of free content which is already there on our YouTube channel over here. 1100 plus videos are there, and I'm always publishing lots of content over here, so you can always watch it out of our free perks over here, because you are our valuable user and valuable subscriber. So make sure you join this premium membership. If not, then also thank you so much from my bottom of my heart, and keep watching the free content from here. All right, so now without further delay, let me just start with the next set of agenda that I'm having for today's session. All right, so this is all about like overall course outline, how to join the course, and for any live training you can always visit our website powerplatformtrainings.com. From there you can find lots of good content over there. All right, so now let me just move myself to the next part. When we are beginning or when we are starting any Power Platform product, no matter whether it's a Power Apps or Power Automate or Copilot Studio or anything, it is always my good practice to give you an overall idea about the overall Power Platform space and where the overall opportunity for Power BI resides. I'm going to talk about that as well. So let's get started and deep dive more into this particular course. From here onwards, we are starting our overall course journey. So first of all, let me talk to you about the overall Power Platform journey over here. So this is the official Microsoft slide deck where this is representing the overall Microsoft Power Platform stack. Now in Power Platform, there are many particular things, like we are having Power Apps, we are having Power Automate, we are having Power BI, we are having Power Pages, we are having Copilot Studio. Now, each module within the Power Platform has its own unique purpose. If I'm just talking about the Power Apps, it is basically useful for the application development. So whenever you are having the business application, you can build up with the help of Power Apps. Now, what is business application? Business application is the application where you require the user inputs. Let's say if you want to build onboarding application, or maybe let's say if you wanted to build up that resourcing application or timesheet application, or maybe you just wanted to build up some sort of leave application system, you can simply build up completely with the Power Apps. It's provide you the input and output, both the capability, which means that you can take the input from your user. According to that, if you wanted to leverage some sort of screen building, it's like, how in the mobile phone you are just using any applications in a day-to-day routine. Similar way in the business application world, you can build that complete modules within the help of Power Apps. Again, each module within the Power Platform is a big module. Like if we talk about Power Apps itself, it has many things. It has Canvas app, it has model-driven app, many things. And according to need wise, we can build up the rest of the things by our own. Okay. Now, second thing within the Power Platform space is we are having is Power Automate. So what's the purpose of Power Automate? It is basically useful for the automation activity. It's called as a cloud flow, or it can be a desktop flow. So Power Automate itself has many parts. Okay. Cloud flow, within the cloud flow, you can do multiple activities, like you can automate your business processes. I mean, when I'm using the word automation, now what we are meaning by the automation word. So many times we have a scenario that, okay, when any kind of transactions are happening, you immediately want to notify some person, like any banking transaction is happening, you wanted to send an SMS. Any kind of activity is happening on your portal side, you want to notify your end user via emails. That can be done via that. Also, you wanted to set up some reminders, like, okay, you are running a claim company, or maybe you are an insurance company. Before 15 days of due for the insurance premium, you just wanted to notify your audiences or user, you can simply leverage the Power Automate for that. Many different use cases are there. Let's say for an example, sometimes you have a requirement where you are running a marketing agency, you wanted to build an automation which automatically posts some data to your Twitter, to your Instagram. You can use the Power Automate for that. Right? So for all those activities, you can build up with the help of Power Automate. It's not just limited to this automation of the cloud flow, but you can do the desktop flow automation as well. RPA side, many competitions are there in the Microsoft space. You are having different tools available in the market, like Blue Prism or some other RPA tool. Microsoft come up with their own model when you are having any legacy system, which means, let's say for an example, if you have built some application late in 1990s or 1995, at that time there was no API concept, and let's say you want to build now some new application on top of that, and you need some connection between your legacy system and your current system, you can use the RPA flows for that. It's not just limited to this legacy system use cases, but many times you have a need where automatically some sort of predefined task or repetitive task to be executed on a day-to-day basis. That's something also you can automate with the help of PDA or Power Automate Desktop. Okay. Now, third module within this space is all about this Power BI, which is useful for business intelligence tool. So what do we mean by Power BI? This is all about this entire course is all, right? Now, BI. What do we mean by BI? BI stands for business intelligence. Now, what do we mean by business intelligence? Generally, what happens is in the real world scenario, whenever we are interacting with any application, no matter it's a business application or non-business application, or you are running a business or you are just running an agency, right? You are always having raw data with you, which means that you are always going through lots of data point on a day-to-day routine. Now what happens is data is useless until and unless it is not giving you the proper insight, right? Now let's say for an example, I'm running my own trading company, right? Every day I'm getting lots of commands, lots of interaction on my different social profile, like LinkedIn or Twitter or YouTube or any other social profile which I'm having, my own official LinkedIn page or my official Instagram page, right? So generally what happen here is I'm getting lots of insight that, okay, how many people has visited my website, how many people have visited my pages, right? Those data are useless until and unless I do not create proper insight from that. Let's say I wanted to know that, okay, what is my overall website traffic? What would be my overall YouTube video views, right? If I'm not getting the useful insight from that, I cannot improvise myself. Or maybe I just wanted to know the rate of dropping engagement of my social post, right? If I just have a raw data in an Excel format or CSV format, right, it's not useful. I need in a proper representation way where I can represent that raw data in a proper structured fashion. So for that, Power BI is a tool which is being useful. I just give this one example with regards to my company, but just imagine when you are working with any financial institution, or just imagine you are working on a government or a healthcare sector, right? Let's say, for example, anyone is coming to your website, or maybe any business, or maybe let's say, for an example, there are some internal processes where your employees are coordinating with some sort of portal, like let's say in your organization you are having resource management or resource planner, right? So multiple managers are requesting for the resource, and you are having the project information and all. But as a higher management, what we are mainly interested in our KPIs, right? Our KPI should be met, our KPI should be succeed, right? So we need that raw data to be converted in some fashion that it can be giving me the proper insight. Like at the end of the year, I just wanted to know that how much profit or sales I made. I'm not interested in the whole huge story. Or maybe if I'm interested in the story, maybe the data itself should tell me the story that, okay, why my sale is dropping up over here, or why my sale is going to increase over here, what is the seasonality over here. Okay, various factor you can understand from your data, and for that this Power BI is somewhat which is come up into picture and which is giving you the overall insight or overall data. We will be talking about the different use case in this class itself, so you will get better idea that what we are going to accomplish with that. But this is overall journey of the Power BI, that what exactly it is being useful for. Okay, now let's go to the fourth pillar, which is Power Pages. Now, what is the use of Power Pages over here? So generally what happen here is, whenever we are working with the Power Platform, basically we are working with the internal organization, which means that let's say I'm running my company www.powerplatformtrainings.com. So my domain is powerplatformtrainings.com. All the email addresses within my company are start with that domain, like dhruvin@powerplatformtrainings.com or contact@powerplatformtrainings.com, right? But what if I need to provide the access to the external organization? Let's say, for an example, I wanted to build an application where anyone in the world can apply for an admission. Okay, so I need some public facing interface. But within the same Microsoft space, that data is still behind the scene within my Dataverse, or behind the scene, some internal application should be communicated with the external people. At that time, what is the best way to accomplish that? So the best way to accomplish it is with the help of Power Pages. So it's like a more pro code technology where you can build external facing application. Many times you have visited many websites, right, where they are asking for sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, sign in with LinkedIn. Sometimes you can sign in with your live account as well. So those all are the external identities, right, which is coordinating or connecting with your internal application. So when you have such need, you can build up the Power Pages for that. It is a perfect solution for that. Many times you have visited that, okay, you are running a company. Let's say I'm in a manufacturing or operations, and let's say, for an example, I have a different suppliers across the globe from where I'm buying my material. Now the thing is that for material tracking or for overall inventory management, I want that external people also to be coordinate with my internal portal. At the time I can gap that bridge with the help of Power Pages, where external facing modules I can design with the help of Power Pages, where they can enter the data or whichever information they would like to see, they can simply view it, and behind the scene all the internal activities can be happened via any other Power Platform product. So this is like a very useful and very amazing product within the Microsoft space, where with the low code and pro code combination, you can design the external facing application. So it's all about that. Fifth module within this overall Power Platform space is all about the Copilot Studio. Again, very booming product, and again AI powered product. So most of you have heard a word about the agents or agentic AI, or many times you are used the word agentic flow, right? So those kind of things you can build up with the help of Copilot Studio. Now Copilot Studio is an amazing product in building the low code no code agents. Now what are the agents, right? Let me just give you a little bit idea around that. So let's say, for an example, agent can do lots of activity for you automatically. Now let's say I'm just giving you my own organization's example. Like I'm running Power Platform Trainings, right? Now whenever we are opening any admission for any live live batches. Let's say in February, we are going to start our new Copilot Studio live training program. Now, generally what happens is 15 days before my marketing basically start the promotional activity on the different social media handles. Like we are posting different Instagram reels, we are posting different Twitter tweets, or maybe we are posting some sort of LinkedIn pages. Okay, now what happened here is, like when you are reading our Instagram reel, or when you are reading our WhatsApp promotional activity or anything, right, you try to communicate us via any medium. Like you just email us, or maybe we have the form link. Using that form link, you just fill up your detail, and you would like to get more information, like okay, what would be the fee, what would be the timings of the classes and all, right? So generally what we have implemented is, behind the scene we are creating one AI agent. So we don't require any actual human behind the scene. What that AI agent will do is, whenever you are messaging us, behind the scene it automatically read your context at what you wanna see there. Okay, you are asking for me the Power Apps course, or you are asking me for the Power Automate, or what information we are having. Behind the scene we have trained our AI model that okay, it trained with my public facing website, or maybe it trained via our own custom files. So what happens is, it knows your context, and according to that it automatically respond you. So again, like many things are in preview, right? So we are not 100% to using right now for the production purposes, but we have started building this kind of agent. Now just imagine, this is one use case I spoke about. Now when you are in the manufacturing, or when you are operation, or when you are handling the overall support activity from the different companies, right? Now at the time, this is like a boon for you. You can just build a small agent. Like let's say if you are someone who is running any grocery shop or any manufacturing unit, right? Let's say your customers are complaining you about some parts, or maybe something is wrong within their product, right? So you build this kind of agent for that. So any kind of refund email that you receive, it automatically understand, and at least it will automatically reply over there that okay, what next step should be required, or at least it just gives them an idea that okay, we are hearing you, right? It just put a good impression to your customers, to your client. This is just one example. Apart from that, you can do lots of automation around that. Sometimes as an HR, you are getting lots of resume profile on a daily basis, right? You don't have enough time to go through each resume one by one. Again, you need to check that against your actual hiring requirement, and you need to find out that who are the right fit for you, right? Maybe you can just use Copilot Studio agent, which just connected with your Outlook, and whenever you got that email, it just basically automatically identify that whether this person is eligible for this job profile or not. And at the end of the day, you will get the summarized list that okay, this is all you are literally looking for, right? This kind of thing you can simply build up with the help of Copilot Studio. Okay, so we are always having Copilot Studio live training program underneath Power Platform trainings. So you can always visit our website when that live training program is all about, and all the other Power Platform component that I just explained, we are having the dedicated training program for that. But specifically here we are going to talk about Power BI in detail. Okay. Now, another interesting thing I would like to tell you here, that when we are talking about Power Platform, it's just not limited to these 5 models. Apart from that, it offers lots of low-code activities. Like what makes this Power Platform special? If you ask me that, okay, Dhruvin, in market, there are other competitors are also there, right? But why Power Platform? Why not anything else? Let me tell you the solid reason for that. Microsoft Power Platform, what makes it special is its data connector. Now, what is connectors? We will talk about into our upcoming class, but it provides you 1400 plus data connectors. Now, what do we mean by that? Let's say, for an example, just consider those who are old age developer, probably they can relate with this particular talk. But those who are Gen Zs, or those who just started their career, probably you cannot be able to relate it more. But let me just give you the story or background so you can also relate it out around this particular part. Just imagine the traditional development that we were doing around 10 years back or 15 years back, right? 15 years back or 10 years back, developers usually learn any programming language, whether it's a C sharp or it's a Java or maybe a PHP or any open source technology or Ruby on Rails, or so many different server side technology, client side technologies are available. They learn it and basically they implement their project based on that, right? Now in that particular project, what would be happen is, okay, customer coming with the requirement that, okay, Dhruvin, you need to connect in this project. We wanted to implement the Excel integration. We want to implement the SQL integration. We want to implement SharePoint integration. We want to implement MySQL integration, right? Now, what happen here is when you are having this multiple integration in place, the costing of the project is getting increased because it's not out of the box that, okay, I can easily connect my Excel with the C sharp, or I can easily connect my Excel with Java, right? You need in the backend lots of programming for that, lots of coding you need to make. You need to create common libraries for that. Then you need to import those common libraries, and then you wanted to you are building the things on top of that. Now with this Power Platform, what that makes easy is, okay, it makes your life easier by just introducing the connector. Now in today's world, if someone is telling me that, okay, Dhruvin, we want Excel integration with Power Apps, or maybe we need Excel integration with the Power BI, or maybe I need to pull up my data from Oracle to Power BI. It's just one step. One connector is already available. Simply connect it, plug and play, and you are all done. This is in a simple layman term. If I wanted to explain you the data connector, it's like a French fries. Let me tell you how. Okay. We all know that ready to eat packaging food is a need of today's generation, or is a need for today's world. Generally what happen is, if I just give the French fries example, maybe everyone can relate it out. Okay, so if I wanted to make the French fries in a traditional way, what I usually do, I peel the potatoes, then I boil the potatoes, then I coat with the corn flour, and then maybe I will fry it out. Okay. In between the process, maybe I need to freeze it in the cold freezer, and maybe I need to keep it for 3-4 hours and all. So overall process of this French fries making is, if you just consider like how long it is, like, okay, if I want to make 500 grams of French fries, maybe it will take around, overall journey I'm talking about is start to end will take around 6 to 7 hours between the whole process to cool down. And I'm not cooking expert, guys, okay, I'm just giving you example. Okay, so this is like, the overall thing is working with the traditional way of French fries making. Okay, now let's say if you just buy the ready to eat packet from the mall, like frozen food, right? French fries frozen packet. What's the step? Just take it to your home, cut the packet, maybe hit the pan, make an oil and fry it. That's it. Within 15 minutes, even some companies are claiming that 10 minutes ready to eat French fries, right? How long it take? Just 10 to 15 minutes max, right? How much time you are saving that? Of course, you are paying for a price, right? But at least that making your process smoother. So data connector is similar like French fries. Okay, so it's like, it's just giving you the ready to integrate connectors. Like if I want to integrate Excel, I want to integrate MySQL, I want to integrate SQL Server, I want to integrate PostgreSQL, I want to integrate Oracle. Every connector is available. Just plug and play and you are all done. You don't require any coding knowledge, or maybe what are the behind the scene dependencies for that, or what are behind the scene DLLs, or anything which is required in order to support that integration. You don't need to worry about that, right? So data connectors is simply making your life easier. And the good part here is the other competitors doesn't have that much of data connector availability as Microsoft has. So overall Microsoft space, you are having 1400 plus data connector capability, which makes your life much more simpler, much more easier, and much more faster. And if any data connector is not available, then you can create your own custom connector as well. That functionality is also available. So, that makes this Power Platform special, and that's the reason why I love it a lot. Okay. Now, another thing, or another key aspect you need to also consider in the mind about is Dataverse. Okay. Now, the thing is that this entire Power Platform is backed by one behind the scene data source is called as a Dataverse. Now, Dataverse is not just a database. Dataverse is offering much more than that. Most of you just have this thing in my mind that, okay, Dataverse is nothing but just like a row table structure where you can simply store your data, right? No, it's not just that. Apart from that, it provides you the overall governance for your Power Platform. You can manage the different level of security, that what level of access you wanted to grant to each person and everything. It offers row level security, column level security, much more functionality over there. Generally, in our model driven application classes, we are going to talk about in detail about the Dataverse. But just right now, just imagine this entire Power Platform behind the scene is backed by the thing which is Dataverse. Okay. Also, this whole Power Platform is backed by AI Builder as well. So AI integration can easily doable with any Power Platform product. So let's say, for an example, if you wanted to build your own custom model, or if you wanted to use any out of the box native model, AI Builder is always there, and that can be easily connected with your Power Apps, with your Power Automate, with your Power BI, with your Power Pages, with your Copilot Studio, everywhere. So this is all about the AI capability also offered by Microsoft. Now let's talk about Power BI in detail, and let's explore that in the detail. But this is like an overall idea or overall architecture of the Power Platform. And this diagram is all about like overall Microsoft 365 suite. We are not going to go into each specs over here, but this is like the whole idea about what Power Platform is all about. And now we are actually starting our journey of Power BI. Why Power BI, and what are the top solid reasons to use the Power BI? As I explained you earlier, raw data is useless until and unless it doesn't offer you good set of analytics, right? So Power BI is a business intelligence tool developed by Microsoft that is used to convert the raw data into meaningful, actionable graphs and visualization. This is providing you the report and dashboard kind of functionality where you can see your overall data story in one pictorial representation. Basically, it's help you to discover, analyze, and visual the data in order to share and collaborate the insight with your colleagues. So whether you are running a marketing firm, or you are running the finance company, or maybe if you are just running any kind of operational agency, it's a one-stop solution for you. You can see all your actionable data, all your actionable insight at one central place. It can integrate with any data sources. As I said, 1400 plus connector capabilities are there. So you can connect with Excel, Access, or SQL, or you are having any web scraping data, or maybe if you are just having MySQL or PostgreSQL or any other connectors are available, you can able to easily connect it over there. Now, what are those connectors? I'm going to talk about in my upcoming episode when we actually start building some sort of reporting. I will talk about those connectors in the detail. But simple, Power BI is business intelligence tool developed by Microsoft, which give you the actionable data and insight from your raw data. And the beauty of the Power BI is you can connect 1400 plus connector via Power BI desktop, and you can simply publish it to Power BI service. Power BI service is nothing but it's an online version where any end user can see the report. So they can just view the report, they can read the data, they can see the analytics over there and improvise their business processes, or improvise that overall high structured data. Okay, now it also offers you the interactive visualization. Now, what is the meaning of interaction? I'm going to talk about into upcoming class. But it can be accessible from anywhere, from your mobile devices, from your desktop devices, or if you're just running any tablet devices, you can simply access it over there. So Power BI is simply offering the analytics and dashboards from your raw data, which is giving you the meaningful and data storytelling for your data. Now, there are top 17 reason to choose Power BI. Why to use Power BI? Why not any other product from this particular space? And what make this product so strong and so special? Let's talk about that in detail over here. So I have divided this overall slide features into 4 different parts. Number 1 is Power BI is very efficient and easy to use. It's connectivity and integration that makes this product so special. Its advanced feature and customization scope also make this feature special, and its deployment and one-stop security mechanism also make this product so special. Now let's elaborate that in detail, that why to go with Power BI. Okay. Number one is low code. This entire product is low code, which means that you don't require any programming language knowledge. Even you don't need to know, like, for a specific database query language like SQL or anything. It's 100% low code. You just write the formula and it just create the analytics for you. It's simply drag and drop. So its UI is very easy to build the report. Now, if I talk about the UI representation of the Power BI, once we install the Power BI desktop, you will get to know more detail around that, and in next episode we are going to talk about like its Power BI desktops, the overall idea. But if I just give you the little bit of glance around that, is all of you have used Microsoft Office, right? Microsoft, you just remember that day when you have opened your Word or Excel or PowerPoint, right? Did anyone teach you how to open Excel or how to, create something into Excel? It's self-explanatory, right? You started creating, you slowly explore out the features and, build the Excel or build the PowerPoint presentation for yourself. There is no dedicated training we take for, building PowerPoints or building an Excel. Similar like that, Power BI, its UI is so friendly. Like you can, when you open that up, you can see similar like of Office functionality over there as well. So it's very easy to navigate through the different item. It's very easy to navigate through the different technical terminology over there, and very easy to build as well. So once we start, you will get to know about that particular thing. So that makes this particular tool so easy and so easy to work with, because most of the time we are working with this whole Microsoft Office and all, so it's inspired from that, so it's not that tough. But if we talk about any other competitive product over here, sometimes to get fit into the product UI itself, it is taking some time, right? But here that's not the case, so it's very easy to implement over there. Third thing is that the whole product is cloud based. So again, like you are building the report onto desktop because desktop is offering more feature. But once you are done with your desktop development, you can simply publish it out. So you don't need to manage any costly hardware, or you don't require lots of configuration within your system. After you publish the report, it's distributed via cloud. So it's cloud based. Okay, so again, that is the need of 2026, because most of the thing we are moving to the cloud. Like it's not just like, we are maintaining lots of hardware in the back end, to maintain this kind of reporting needs. So that makes this product special. Fourth is AI feature publication and distribution. Now, whenever we are building any kind of data analytics, the main challenge here is distribution. Okay, once I develop the report, let's say I wanted to publish it out. There are not lots of steps, just one publish button, it publish your report. Also, it provides you lots of AI visualization as well, which is the need of 2026. Like many times we are having the raw data, but we don't know what exactly to implement over there. So AI is suggesting you couple of things over there. You can find the anomalies from your data. You can find the defects from your data. You can find out the reasoning around that, key influencer, and some sort of root cause analysis. This kind of visualization providing you this kind of capability over there. Number 5 is you don't require costly hardware for that. So as I said, like, cloud-based product. So it doesn't require lots of hardware configuration, just in a Power BI desktop. That's pretty much it you require for yourself to, in order to develop the things. Otherwise, that no such costly hardware thing required over that. Number 6 is all about cost-effective licensing. Now, Power BI licensing cost is very cheap compared to other BI products which are available in the market. So, most probably into class number 3 and 4, we will be talking about the licensing part. At the time, it will be covered it out. So compared to other product, its licensing cost is a little bit cheaper. So again, like many companies are prefer to go with the Power BI. Again, the thing is that many companies are already having the contracts with the Microsoft and already using the Microsoft product space, like overall Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Office, or they are already having the enterprise licenses. So for that, to cope up with the Power BI is fairly very easy, and it's completely governed and secure product. So many companies are going with that, and again, like fit into the budget as well. Now, another important thing that makes this overall product so special is it can be easily configurable with the other Power Platform component. Like let's say if you are implementing Power Apps or Power Automate, and let's say you want that to be implemented with the help of Power BI, or maybe let's say you build the Power BI, like vice versa, Power BI report you build up, and now you want that Power BI report in your Power Apps, or the same Power BI report to make the query against your data from your Copilot Studio. It can be easily achievable over there. So that integration is so easy. And again, we are having dedicated 3 classes on the integration part at the very end of the training, so we'll talk more about that over there. What makes this product so special? 1400 plus plug and play connector. I already talked about that, so not repeating that part again. So it's very easy. Plug and play connectors are available, which you can simply leverage it out for yourself. AI features, I already talked about over here, like AI features and publication and distribution, but this is specifically about specifically when we are talking about visualization. It provides you different AI visualization over there. Apart from that, it offers you so many AI features as well, like Copilot can easily integrated within your Power BI report itself. Q&A visualization over there, where you can ask simply the question into natural language and it just answer you on the fly, right? These all the features make this product so special. This is backed by the Power Query. That is another big reason this product is so special. Now, what is Power Query? I'm using this word multiple times in this particular class, but you will get to know better understanding around that from next class onwards. But let me just give you an idea that, okay, many people are thinking that Power BI is fairly new into the market, maybe that introduced around 5-6 years ago, or maybe 7-8 years ago, right? But so how powerful its ETL process is, or how powerful its engine is. So let me just tell you, Power BI, when as a product was launched in early after 2015, basically it uses the same model that is consumed by the Excel. So Excel is consuming Power Query behind the scene, which uses the M language for any kind of ETL transformation. So Power BI engine is also inspired from that. They are using the same engine over there, whatever engine for ETL which we are consuming in the Excel, same engine being used over here within the Power BI itself. So it's very trusted and proven technology. So that makes this product so special. Now the thing come up into picture that what would be the customization scope within the Power BI. So let me tell you, it also offers you more customization with R and Python as well. We know that many times when we are talking about the data analytics people, they usually require the Python knowledge, right? Because Python is providing the huge set of library to render different kind of visualization and all. So if you are someone who is already coming from that background and wanted to build some customization with R and Python, it also provided that capability. So that makes this product so special. Okay. Now, number 12, why this Power BI is so special in terms of visualization. So Microsoft Power BI, when we start our visualization class from class number 3 onwards, we will start exploring the different visualization which are available out of the box. But sometimes we have a need that, okay, that out of the box visualization, I don't like it. I wanted to use some sort of totally different visualization, or maybe some custom visual which are available in the market. So Power BI offers a huge library for the custom visual as well, where you can simply download the visual from the internet. It is specially developed for the Power BI desktop, but there are huge set of custom visual library as well available, which you can simply leverage it out and you build your report on top of that. So that custom visual capability is also opening lots of doors for us as a developer. Okay, number 13 is all about end user friendly and rich feature set. Now, what do we mean by this feature? So far we talked about as a developer perspective, right? But what if as an end user, I'm opening the report, how easy it is for me to explore it out, the different features. Like if I want to zoom in, zoom out, or maybe I want to export the data, or maybe I want to filter out my data, how easy it is, how comfortable UI it is providing me, that matters a lot. So it provides you very easy and rich feature set over there. Even you can personalize with the help of bookmarks, or maybe sometimes even if you want to export that whole thing with the Excel or PowerPoint and all. So many features are available over here as an end user perspective as well. Again, you can manage it out or control it out as an administrator as well behind the scene. But this all feature set is making this Power BI report so special. Okay. Number 14 is all about the less development cost. Now, what do we mean by that? As I said, right, I give given you one example that back in 2015 to 2020, when we are building any kind of data analytics project, or when we are running any kind of this type of project where we wanted to build the data analytics or reports on some sort of data, it uses more man days. More man days means more effort, because if any company is charging X amount of dollar per day basis or per hour basis, right, the development cost is getting more when it is more effort wise more. Or maybe let's say, for an example, if I wanted to build the same report with the help of JS or jQuery or any other programming language, right, probably it is, if it is taking around 40 hours, then probably within the Power BI you can just do it within 10 to 15 hours. So it's like a half of the development cost you are saving when you are going with the Power BI compared to other pro code technology stack over there, because that makes life easier. I'm not saying that query development and that effort will be reduced, but at least the report development effort would be definitely be reduced onto this particular part. Okay. Number 15 is all about integrable with the other product. Now, what do we mean by other product? Sometimes what happen here is, like, currently we are building the Power BI report. Now, let's say, for an example, you have a need that you want to integrate that Power BI report within your website, or maybe in your organization you are having your own custom portal. In that custom portal you want to integrate your Power BI report securely over there. Then it is easily integrable. Okay, so there are Power BI embedded product and some other licensing product available to do this whole activity. So it can easily able to achievable over there with the Power BI embedded. Okay. Number 16 is all about AI visualization for understanding your data a lot. Now, when I'm talking about AI, there are many aspects. Earlier already I talked about two important aspects, like AI visualization is there, AI features are there. Okay. Also, like when we are having the data, right? So according to data, like it provides you the feature set as well. Like, let's say, for an example, if you are completely from no code person, or if you don't have any idea that what's there in your data, and if you just want, or if you just make some prompts that, okay, I just wanted to build very base level report based on the data that I'm having over there, and you just have a model available in your Power BI service, it automatically generates some sort of base report for you. Or maybe if you are someone who is working with the SharePoint, or who is working with the Dataverse, and maybe if you are having some sort of data, and when you are making that, okay, I wanted to build some report on top of that, so it provide you some sort of automation insights based on your data, what is there over there, and suggesting you couple of visualization and those things for yourself. So that makes also this product special. And the last but not least, security. What makes the security so special over here? So as I said, like, it come up with the Microsoft trust of security. Like, it provide you each level of security which you want to implement on your organizational data, whether you want to make the workspace level access, or whether you want to make the report level access, or whether you want to make it the row level security access. Everything can be doable with the help of security module. Also, for Power BI admins, we are having the dedicated admin center. From that you can activate, deactivate some feature, block some things, or unblock something over there. Even at the gateway level as well, what level of access you wanted to share as a gateway permission, everything can be managed at one central place. So this is all about why to choose Power BI, and these are top 17 reasons why you should go with that. Okay. If anything missing over here, and probably you know more than that, maybe feel free to add that out in the comment section. I'm happy to hear from you. Okay. So this is all about Power BI. Now let's start our journey with the overall Power BI by installing our first tool which is required for Power BI development, which is Power BI Desktop. So we will start that particular journey. Now, before I get started, I wanted to highlight a couple of things over here. What kind of use cases which you can solve with the help of Power BI, right? So any verticals, as I said at the very beginning itself, that not just if you are a HR or if you are a low code person, but let's say if you are just talking about any industry where you are working into. And what I wanted this thing from you guys as well, like in the comment section, you just need to only mention one thing, that currently what kind of vertical you are working, you are working into pharma domain, you are working into medical domain, you are working into sales domain, or you are making profit and loss report, or you are into operation, or you are into manufacturing, you need to just tell me in the comment section that what type of reports you usually build in your day-to-day routine, or you want to build that in your day-to-day routine. Probably if you don't know, probably you haven't built any report, but let's say for an example you have envisioned something that okay, by learning this Power BI, this is what I wanted to build up, right? This kind of reporting I wanted to build up. Just tell me in the comment section in which vertical you are in. Okay, now let's talk about this use cases. So not only this use cases, but the people who are mentioning in the comment section, those use cases probably also we can solve it with the help of Power BI. But let me just talk about the popular verticals over here. So let's say if you are an HR and if you are managing the different resources, or maybe if you are a higher management and you wanted to manage the overall resourcing for your company, you can do the resource management with the Power BI, like okay, how many employees are there, how many hours every day people are working into, what about their overall performance, what would be the most time taking project, what are the less time taking project, what resources are ideal, what resources are overloaded, who is taking the holidays on during the weekend, who is not taking the holidays during the public holidays. This whole analysis you can do with the help of resource management kind of thing. When you are into financial reporting, you wanted to build any kind of profit and loss report, or maybe if you just wanted to look at the overall sales, or if you are someone who is from a totally sales background and just interested into the overall monthly sale or quarterly sale or yearly sale, or you just wanted to know the your MTD, YTD or QTD analysis, those whole thing you can do it over there. If you are working any organization, and if you are mainly the marketing firm, or you are on the sales part and you just wanted to measure any KPIs, you can build up the performance scorecard report where you can measure each employee's performance against some data points. If you are someone who is into manufacturing part and wanted to manage the overall inventory, stocks, that okay, how many products been produced versus how many sold, what pieces are left into inventory, what would be the transportation status, everything you can track it out with the help of inventory optimization report. If you are someone from healthcare and pharma side, probably you can build up any healthcare report, like okay, if you are patient care report, if you want to build, if you are running an hospital, or if you are running a company where you wanted to see that okay, in a hospital how many patients are coming on a day-to-day basis, how many revenue the healthcare is generating, how many which diseases are having the highest number of case, which OPDs are fully occupied, which OPD has less amount of audience, what is the future need of the different machines in my organization. All those things you can completely analyze with the help of this type of report. If you are into pharma and producing different drugs, then you can find out that okay, what would be the drug content over there, like okay, if I'm having the paracetamol, then okay, these are the ingredients which are being used for over here, and what's the overall stock for those ingredients, or maybe do I require, or maybe do I need to increase my production, or maybe do I need to decrease my production. That kind of analysis I can do it with the help of pharma products. Also I can integrate with the third party product as well over there, that okay, if you are having the sales module for the pharma and a production module for the pharma, you can just compare that okay, year on year what would be your annual growth, what would be your quarterly growth, which are the seasonality where your sales is getting suddenly increase or decrease. All those data points you can check it over there. If you are someone who is from insurance claim and analytics side, you can also check out what would be your insurance plan, what would be your claims plan, or maybe what would be your which plan is highest selling, or which plan is doesn't attract more customer, or how many people's premium is renewing in next couple of days. Or maybe if you wanted to prepare a one pager for your marketing team, that okay, these are all the people we need to attract more, or need to send them some promotional activity. Those things you can manage it out completely with the help of Power BI. As I said, with sales, if you are into profit loss report, if you want to build up, you can build up with the Power BI. If you're into manufacturing part, like okay, if you're running a big business unit where completely, let's say for an example, I'm producing mobile phones. So in mobile phone manufacturing, there are thousands of processes we are evaluating on a day-to-day basis. Now I wanted to see as a top management that okay, from which processes I'm getting more losses, or from which process I'm getting more benefits, or maybe how many processes are getting failed frequently, or how many processes are more stable, or how many defects we are finding with the help of different automation or different kind of manual testing over there. You can do that completely end-to-end reporting with the help of Power BI. So these are like a top use cases. Now you need to tell me your use case, that what you gonna build it after this training program. I wanted to hear it from all of you guys. Okay, don't just be lazy that I don't want to type it into comment section. Please type it. Okay, at least not only you, but maybe your colleagues or whoever the person who are watching this video, maybe they are also reading the comments. Okay, so just tell me your use case in the comment section. That's what I wanted from this video. Okay, now let's start to the main part, that okay, these are all the use case. Now what would be the key thing required in order to start the Power BI development? Okay, number one which is you require is Power BI desktop to be installed in your computer. Now how to install that Power BI desktop in your computer? Let's get started and talk about that in detail. So to install the Power BI desktop, you need the setup required for the installation. Now what are the prerequisites for installing the Power BI desktop? Number one prerequisite to install the Power BI desktop is you required a Windows computer. If you are using MacBook, on MacBook there is no Power BI desktop natively available. Either you need to use some sort of Azure virtual machine in your MacBook in order to have it, or maybe some other alternatives you need to do it. But native Power BI desktop only supported for the Windows computer. So make sure you are having the Windows computer for that. Second important thing is that it is good to have minimum 8 GB of RAM in your computer. This is what I'm telling based on my experience, because Power BI desktop is a heavy tool, which means that if you are having the less RAM, like okay, if you are just having like a 4 gigs of RAM or maybe 2 gigs of RAM, it will not make it in a very efficient way. So it is good if you are having minimum 8 GB of RAM, and probably if you are having SSD, that would be great. Even with a HDD it will work fine. That's totally fine. But these are the two things which you require. Okay, now how to download and how to install the Power BI desktop, let me tell you. In the description box I have already provided you the link to download the Power BI desktop. When you open that link, it will open this kind of page for you. Now there are two ways to install the Power BI desktop. One is from your Microsoft Store, or second way is you can download it from here and install the setup from here as well. I'm going to show you both the methods over here. Number one, let's talk about this one. So when you are opening Power BI desktop, overall here you can see the download now option for yourself. Okay, now what you need to do here is simply click on that. Once you click on that, basically it just open up this kind of interface for you, and it just saying you that open the Microsoft Store in your computer. Now this Microsoft Store is coming by default when you are purchasing any Windows computer for yourself. Basically it works based on your Windows licensing. So you just click on open Microsoft Store, and when you click on that, it just launch the Microsoft Store in your computer. If you are not able to launch it directly from that interface, maybe what you can do is simply go to the start menu of your computer and search for Microsoft Store, and simply from there as well you can search for Power BI desktop. But here it successfully launched for me over here, and you can simply start installing from here. Okay, so you can start simply installing the Power BI desktop using this particular one, and basically it will download that complete product for you. Okay, so this is one way of installing your Power BI desktop. If you don't want to go with the Microsoft Windows Store part, just minimize the screen and click on advanced download option from here. Once you click on that, basically it will give you this particular setup file over here, where you can select any language for yourself, that okay, in which language you wanted to install your Power BI desktop, English, or if you are comfortable with any other language, you can select the setup in the other language as well. So I just wanted to have it the English language. What are the system requirement for that? It just clearly mentioned that over here. And what are the installation instruction, which we will do in a while. Okay, but simply clicking on download option from here, and once you click on download, it will start downloading the overall setup over here for me. So overall here you can see that the overall setup length is 831 MB over here. It started downloading for me, which will take some moments. Let it to be downloaded, and after that we will start installation of that. Now remember one thing, when you are working within the organization, generally you don't have the permission to install the Power BI desktop for your own, because Power BI desktop installation is usually required the high privileges or administrative privileges. Generally as a normal employee we don't have. So probably when you are installing the Power BI desktop on your Windows server or on Windows computer, probably just consult your IT team before installing it. But if you are just leveraging it out on a personal computer, then that is fine. You can completely follow this steps to install the Power BI desktop. Now let this download process to be finished, and then we will continue installing the software. And here I am, my setup has been downloaded successfully. You can see it over here. Now let me install this setup from scratch. So let's open up the download folder where this setup has been downloaded over here. So I'm just opening my download folder where that is being installed for myself. So let me just minimize this one for me, and let me just open up the download folder. So this is the place where my download has been done over here. Just right click on that and click on run as administrator over here, because the Power BI setup installation require the administrative privileges over here. So let's click on right click and click on run as administrator. Once you do that, basically it will just ask you for yes no pop-up for installation. If it is asking you this smart screen blockage over here, don't worry, just click on run over here. Click on yes from the model, and now it is just opening this kind of screen. Now from here select your language. I'm selecting simply the English language over here for myself. Click on next. It is just showing you the setup wizard now. Click on next. Just accept the terms and conditions, same like other typical Microsoft installation. The steps are fairly simple and easy. I accept terms and condition. Click on next. You just need to provide the program file that where you wanted to keep this file stored. I am just simply clicking on next. I'm not changing this path, but if you want this installation on a specific folder, you can select that. Click on next and click on desktop shortcut and install it out. I'm just clicking on install, and usually now this process will take some time. If you are on the hard disk, not on SSP, then probably it will take some more time. Otherwise it will be pretty much quicker. Depending on maximum 5 to 10 minutes it will take, not more than that. So let's wait for that to be finished over here. You can already see the progress. I haven't edited this video at all, so you can see that it started updating and start installation for me. I'm pausing here for a moment for finishing this process out now. Wait, let's see how long it will take. And here I am, my Power BI desktop has been installed successfully. It just take around 7 minutes in order to finish the overall process for me, and now it's ready to launch. So now I'm just clicking on launch this Power BI desktop and clicking on finish, and already you should observe that Power BI desktop icon has been created on your desktop as well. So probably if you wanted to open it up by double clicking on that like other software, you can do it over there, or you can simply launch it from here, and it is opening my Power BI desktop. And here I am. This is how it's just showing me over here. Now just click on blank report over here, and this is all your whole Power BI desktop. Now next thing, we are going to explore it out and reaching it out from the next episode onwards. But that's it for today's episode. So what we have done, or what we have achieved so far, we started our journey by understanding the overall course outline. Then we talked about what is Power Platform, what is the purpose of using the Power BI, what are the top 17 reasons for using the Power BI, what kind of real life use case you can solve it over here, how you can install your Power BI desktop, what are the prerequisites for that. That whole thing we talked about. Now from next class onwards, we will start our journey towards the Power BI desktop and different visualization in detail with the practical hands-on and examples. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and if so, hit thumbs up and subscribe my channel, and hope to see you all in the premium membership from the second episode, because from second episode it's not available from the free version. You need to basically join our premium membership from here. So, and to join it, just click on the join button. It will ask you for the sign in and you can just join it out over there and be a part of our whole premium membership panel over here. More than 100 plus people already joined and leveraging this capability. Not only this course, but apart from this, other two premium courses are also waiting for you within the same pricing over there. So just a one less than a medium size of pizza pricing. So just wanted to see you all from my second episode, and let's see how many of you will continue from here. If you are not, that's totally fine. I respect your opinion, and you can start exploring the free content which is already there on my YouTube channel over there. With that note, if you are looking for any live training program, you can always visit our website. You can explore out the live training program and enroll in there. We are having the monthly live training program over there, so you can explore it out over there. With that note, this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next episode with some amazing content, and see you in the second part, and hope to see you all by activating the premium membership from here. With that note, this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next episode. Till then, stay safe and have a great day ahead.